Hello everyone, good morning, bonjour tout le monde. It is good to be here in Winnipeg, Manitoba this morning to join Minister Nellie Kennedy and all elected officials. I'll not say from different levels of government, I'll say different orders of government because there's no government that's higher than the other one. All orders of government serve the same citizen and resident of Manitoba and Canada. And when all orders of government work together, we benefit as citizens. Thank you to Janice for the warm welcome and for the tour of the great work being done by the incredible members of Manitoba Council for International Cooperation right around the world. The footprint that you have and the impact that you make in local communities in the four corners of the world is incredible. To all the Development Impact Award nominees, please accept my profound congratulations. You're really making a difference, a true difference, making a better world for all. For the last number of days, I've been traveling the country, commemorating and celebrating International Development Week and learning more in every event about the impact that Canadians from coast to coast to coast are having around the world. It is also an opportunity really to raise that awareness among Canadians of the work that you're doing around the world to create more sustainable, inclusive, and economically prosperous communities, and a chance to really celebrate the incredible Canadian NGOs. The last time I was here in Winnipeg, it was to announce significant funding to support the Canadian Food Grains Bank, a local organization that has been working hard over decades to help end world hunger. En fait, chaque fois que je voyage à travers le Canada, j'aide les Canadiens à en savoir plus sur le travail extraordinaire que les organisations de développement accomplissent, tout en créant de millions d'emplois chez nous. This also includes the Inter-Council Network, who are represented here today, and of course, the Manitoba Council for International Cooperation. You help local organizations deliver international development projects and humanitarian relief aid, while working within Manitoba to build a better understanding of international issues and the importance for Manitobans to get involved in helping fellow human beings. Canada is proud to be a partner in your efforts, whether it is for working together to make sure families who need humanitarian aid after a hurricane or a fire or a flood are assisted, or whether communities that need help strengthening their education and healthcare systems and improving women's rights or protecting the environment in an inclusive manner. Canada and Manitoba will always be there to help a better world. And we do that through the incredible organizations and individuals that are represented here. The problem is lately there's been a narrative that has been building up that presents a false zero-sum game that suggests that Canada doing more outside of our borders somehow takes from Canadians and their needs right here at home. But helping others is not just the right thing to do. It's not even the nice thing to do. It's also the smart thing to do. Lifting countries and communities out of poverty creates millions and millions of potential partners that we can engage in the future in win-win trade and investment. We're a trading nation. Our future prosperity depends on our ability to access markets for our superior Canadian goods and services. We cannot do that in a world that continues to become less safe, less secure, and less inclusively, economically prosperous. So the more we engage with the world, the more we contribute to making the world more secure, more safe, and more economically prosperous, the better it is for our own prosperity and our own future economic security. Take the Indo-Pacific region, for example. This includes countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Nepal, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Countries where already Canada has a very large and important international assistance partnership programs for decades. By 2030, the Indo-Pacific region will be home to 2/3 of the world's middle class. Canadian programming over the last number of decades has resulted in the lifting out of poverty of millions of people through inclusive economic growth and empowerment of women and girls and young people. So that region will drive the demand for education services, healthcare services, food, natural resources, critical minerals, and energy. All areas where Canada excels, where Canada can supply these markets, and where Canadians can engage in win-win trade and investment that can lift everyone to better economic outcomes. So make no mistake, international development and engagement benefits us right here at home. In fact, the Fund for Innovation and Transformation that the Manitoba Council implements is a great example of how we're bringing some of the best of Canada to the world while connecting dozens of small and medium-sized Canadian NGOs to much-needed funding. So today, I'm really, really honored to join you to announce that we in the Government of Canada are investing an additional $38.5 million with the Manitoba Council for International Cooperation. And the Inter-Council Network on a project that will support more than 150 small and medium-sized Canadian organizations. We've heard from the sector the importance of supporting small and medium-sized organizations. And Global Affairs Canada has heeded that call. So this funding, called LIFT, will equip these NGOs with the tools and knowledge needed to improve their operations. It will enable them to do more training on gender management practices, governance, financial management, monitoring and evaluation, and environmental sustainability. This project will also build the capacity of close to 400 leaders from small and medium-sized NGOs and their Global South partners. It will enable that strengthening and deepening and consolidating of the engagement of these NGOs with our partners in the Global South. In that way, we'll be able to bring more of Canada's best to the rest of the world. I know that Manitobans know that it is our responsibility to take care of one another at home. That's why the theme for International Development Week is Building a Better World Together. We also know that Manitobans care about what happens to human beings outside of our borders. We know, for example, and deeply understand that for us as Canadians to tackle common challenges like biodiversity loss, plastic pollution, the fight against climate change, we can't do it alone. We need to do it together with people outside of our borders. So please join me in thanking the millions of Canadians, including the generous people of Manitoba who support the important and critical and much needed international development efforts. I encourage everyone to connect with these fantastic Canadian organizations that are saving lives, that are expanding opportunities, that are empowering people to pursue their own local priorities, and that are creating thousands of jobs right here at home. I want to end by making a really key point. We're in very difficult times, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing a real sustained attack on gender equality. You're seeing a real and sustained attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion. You're seeing a sustained attack on international assistance and development. And I want to speak here on behalf of the Government of Canada, your government, that Canada will never abandon those principles. In fact, we will double down as more people withdraw from those critical pieces. we will double down and we will play our role to create a better world. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.